Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, I'm sharing a personal story that's been weighing on my heart. A story about love, trust, and the moment I had to make one of the toughest decisions of my life. If you've ever been blindsided by someone you care about, this one's for you. Let's dive in. It all started a few days ago when my girlfriend of over a year, we're both 18, brought up the idea of opening our relationship. At first, I was open to the conversation. We sat down on the couch in my apartment, and it felt mature, like we were two adults discussing the future of our relationship. We talked about the pros and cons, how it might bring new experiences, how it could challenge our trust, and what it would mean for our lives moving forward. I asked practical questions. What if she got pregnant by someone else? What if I got someone else pregnant? We even laughed a little, imagining how complicated things could get. But then the tide shifted. The conversation went from hypothetical to personal. I asked her if she'd thought about how an open relationship would work in practice, and she suggested we limit it to just one other person each. That way, it wouldn't get too messy. I wasn't thrilled, but I wanted to hear her out. Reluctantly, I asked the question that had been nagging at me. Do you already have someone in mind? Her eyes flickered, and she admitted she did. My stomach dropped, but I pressed further, asking who it was. She shut down, refusing to answer, and the air between us grew tense. That night, we went to bed distant, her on one side, me on the other, the unspoken words hanging heavy between us. The next morning, she woke up and asked if we could pick up where we left off. I agreed, hoping for clarity. I brought up the fact that she dodged my question about who she had in mind, and her response floored me. She snapped, "It's not your business." I was stunned. Not my business? We're talking about opening our relationship, and she thinks the person she wants to see isn't my business? I decided to let it go for the moment, not wanting to escalate things. But 5 or 10 minutes later, she dropped the bombshell. The person she had in mind was her ex-boyfriend. My heart sank. I asked her point blank, "Is that why you brought up an open relationship? So you could see your ex without feeling guilty?" She hesitated, and then the truth came spilling out. She admitted she was tired of hiding it. She'd already been seeing him behind my back. The words hit me like a punch to the gut. All this time, I'd been trying to build something real with her, and she'd been sneaking around with her ex. I felt betrayed, angry, and honestly humiliated. In that moment, something inside me snapped. I told her to get out. I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I just pointed to the door and said, "You need to leave." She tried to argue, saying I was overreacting, that we could talk it out, but I couldn't even look at her. She grabbed her stuff and stormed out, leaving me standing there, my mind racing. She's pissed now, texting me about how unfair I'm being, but I don't know what else I could have done. Later that day, I called my mom, needing someone to talk to. I told her everything. The conversation, the ex, the cheating. She listened quietly, and when I was done, she said, "You did the right thing. She broke your trust, and you deserve better than that." Her words helped, but I still feel torn. Part of me wonders if I should have stayed calm and talked it out more. Maybe I could have understood her side better. Maybe I overreacted. But then I think about the betrayal, how she'd been lying to me, seeing her ex while I was clueless, and I feel like I had no choice but to protect myself. It's been a few days now, and I'm still processing it all. My apartment feels empty without her, but at the same time, I feel a strange sense of relief. Like I've taken back control of my life. I've been reading your comments on my last video, and a lot of you have said that self-respect is worth more than any relationship. I'm starting to believe that's true. I loved her, but I can't let someone walk all over me just to keep them around. So here I am, asking for your thoughts. Did I overreact by kicking her out? Or did I do what I had to do to stand up for myself? I'd love to hear your perspectives in the comments below. And if this story hits home for you, if you've ever had to choose between love and self-respect, please hit that like button and drop a Team Self-Respect in the comments to let me know I'm not alone. Your support means everything to me as I navigate this mess. Before I go, I want to say this. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and once it's broken, it's hard to rebuild. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know I deserve honesty and respect. And if that means being on my own for a while, I'm okay with that. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you want to hear more stories like this, or updates on how I'm doing, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one.